Then we will continue a'mal for those who are going to stay until the time of sahur, and we will have sahur or sahari together. But for those of you who may be leaving earlier, during this night, spend some time in nawafil, and I will explain some of the nawafil that are recommended later on. Spend some time in recitation of the Quran, in particular Surah Al-Ankabut, Surah Al-Rum, and Surah Al-Dukhan, which we will recite together tonight. But those are the most important surahs. Any other surah as well, it has a special blessing. Spend some time in dua, and there are some very beautiful and very authentic du'as from Ahlul Bayt that are not just dua, but they are also a reminder for our priorities and our values, and they build our character and our sincerity. We will recite some of those du'as together. Spend some time in contemplation. Think about your life and how much time we have spent without actually achieving anything worth our life and that we can present in the hereafter. And we should all make a commitment that in whatever time we have left in this world, we will devote ourselves to that which will be of beneficial to our eternal life, and not just for our passing life of this world. The next thing to remember is that this is a night of sadaqah and charity that is highly recommended. And remember your own relatives who are needy. Don't think that, well, they should figure it out themselves or they are responsible for their own affairs. If you are able to give charity to your relatives locally or back home or wherever they may be, then do that. Aside from your relatives, there are so many Muslims and so many mu'mineen who are going through hardship in their lives, and they don't have their basic needs, treatment and food and other needs. So make sure that you are making that intention of giving sadaqah to assist those who are needy. And then we have needs for our community. Imagine if you were homeless, how much that would bother you, and you would try to find some way to put a roof over your house, over your head, for yourself and for your family. So just like we want a home for our own self and our own family, we also need a home for our religious life. That is just like your own personal home. And all of you have been involved and have done a great deal of assistance in the Imam al-Asr Masjid building. Now that is coming close to its fruition. We have applied now for our submission to the county, and soon, inshallah, we will be moving forward with the permits and moving towards construction. So during this night, please make that intention that as that project moves to its completion, it is a house, not for me or for you individually, but for our families and for our community, and inshallah for our generations to come, to preserve and to protect our values. So make that commitment that not a small donation, but whatever is needed to complete that project. And one of the things that is highly recommended in Islam is to build a masjid or to endow a masjid, which is called waqf, because that is a sadaqah jariyah, it is a lasting charity, and it is something that will continue to give you benefit and dividends for all eternity. So inshallah, we will have an opportunity. This project is a masjid, and it is one of those ways that we can endow a house of Allah. Anybody who attends, anybody who learns, anybody who worships in that place, then you will share in their reward and in the benefit that comes to humanity and to our community. So this is the night of the intention. Oh Allah, help us complete that project. Oh Allah, help us build the physical infrastructure and then make that physical infrastructure something that benefits our community and our families and ourselves, so that we can honor the teachings and the values of Ahlul Bayt in the best possible manner. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So before we begin the a'mal of Laylatul Qadr, one of the things that, as I mentioned, is a very important amal of Laylatul Qadr is contemplation. And when we contemplate, we should be thinking about the affairs of ourselves and our community. And all of us, whether we are single or married or young or old, we should be concerned about the dangers that exist within society and the way in which so many areas of our culture are leading people away from Islam and from truth and from those values that will sustain their life and their soul. We as Muslims do not submit to culture and circumstance around us, but we honor our principles. And one of the ways that we honor those principles is that we build institutions that can safeguard and can pass on our religious beliefs and values. So that's not just something that is for those who have children or are married, it's something for every member of our community, even if I have no children, or even if my children are grown up. But to be able to build an institution to instill Islamic values, that is something that I should consider to be very dear to my own heart. That contemplation is something that we should do on this night, and we have a brief introduction to a very important project that some of your own families have spearheaded and that inshallah will be of benefit to the entire community. That is the Imam al-Asr micro school. That is a means by which we can provide an Islamic environment and a wholesome environment to our young children so that right from the foundation they learn how to be a good human being and a good Muslim, and they learn the things they need to know to succeed in life in the best environment. And so I would like to welcome, I believe Sister Bilqis will be giving a brief presentation. Please welcome her with salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Bilqis Razak. I'm one of the leads of the PTO for al-Asr Micro School. So I wanted to share some information about the micro school. So on this blessed night of opportunity and spiritual elevation, I'd like to introduce those unfamiliar with al-Asr Micro School to what we offer. Al-Asr Micro School emerged from a deep need within our community. Many families sought a place where their children could receive a holistic education, blending secular learning with Islamic values. Our mission is to create a nurturing environment reminiscent of a family where academic pursuits and social interactions are guided by the gentle touches of spirituality and care. Our approach is unique, providing tailored work plans, intimate class settings, and a flipped classroom model that allows each student to progress at their own pace. Our vision is rooted in the belief that education should encompass not only academic excellence, but also spiritual growth and moral integrity. We aspire to instill in our students a deep understanding of their faith and dedication to serving God. Through collaborative efforts with families and larger community, we work hard to mold compassionate leaders who embody